Hello, everybody. This is Mickey Lynn Larson-Olson, aka Q Patriot, January 6th, inmate 376303. And I am sitting down for my one meal of the day, which I was going to make tacos tonight. But I decided to do that right and wait until Taco Tuesday, in which we like to do Taco Tuesday with the very much alive, Mr. John Denver. And for those of you that don't know, his biological son is Steve Irwin, and he's also alive. And both of them, they like to go out disguised sometimes as Mr. Vincent Fusca. So anyway, love them. And so I decided I'm going to go ahead and wait. But I had already thawed my hamburger meat. So I decided to go ahead and make a cheeseburger and eat another one of my absolutely delicious homemade Hawaiian sweet rolls that I made the other day that are still holding up beautifully. The one thing with freshly milled flour is that because it's real food, it will go bad faster. And because it doesn't have all this crap in it to make it shelf stable. So probably after today, I will probably put some in the freezer, freeze some for later, because they did turn out absolutely delicious. So yeah, I decided to have a cheeseburger. My GARDYN has been struggling a little bit, so that's why I haven't done any progress checks on it. And that's because I do not have air conditioning in my home. I haven't for many years. I live in Abilene, Texas. Our heat and air went out many years ago. I have fans. Well, turns out the GARDYN, likes it to be nice, comfy, cozy. So, been struggling a little bit. Anyway, I had an air conditioning, like a swamp cooler upstairs, but I thought it was broken. But I thought, well, let's move it downstairs and see if I can get it to work. And lo and behold, I did. I got it to work. It's doing great. And so hopefully my GARDYN will start doing a lot better. Some things are still growing fantastic on it. I have some cayenne peppers that are growing great on it. And those are going gangbusters. And my tomatoes, I got some cherry tomatoes still doing really good on there. And jalapeno peppers I got, and they're still doing great. some banana peppers doing great. But some other things it's not doing so great. So hopefully, and then I had ran out of the food for my GARDYN. I will never let that happen again. I will never let myself run out of food for my GARDYN again. And so hopefully come next week, I can get back to doing my progress checks on my GARDYN. Well, like I said, I haven't bought lettuce since like my GARDYN started producing. I think in February is when it started. I started getting some, and so I used some spinach. I got some spinach off my GARDYN tonight. Put this on my burger. I have an onion on there and tomato. And my Tillamook cheese, I use Tillamook cheese now. Very particular about my cheese. My ride or die, Kim Stevenson, is the one that told me about Tillamook cheese. And so, yeah, really delicious. Fired my Sargento. And so anyway, but it's really good. So I put some Tillamook cheese. I like my burgers medium rare. I don't care what anybody says. I just don't. Okay, I'm 58 years old, and if anything I've learned, my government has been doing some funky shit with our food for a long damn time. I trust this brand. I bought this beef from Force of Nature, which is a ranch out in Austin, Texas. And I'm not sponsored by anyone. And so they use regenerative farming. I like my hamburger like I like my steak. So if hamburger is nothing but ground steak, I just don't see what the problem is. So anyway, I like my hamburgers medium rare. And I also, these are just like the best potato french fries you will ever eat in your life. These are, again, I'm not sponsored by anyone, the best french fries you will ever eat. And these are nothing but potatoes, sea salt, and they're cooked in beef tallow. I cook mine also in beef tallow when I cook them up like I did tonight. The best french fries ever. They taste like McDonald's did when I was a kid, and before they started doing funky stuff with the potatoes over at McDonald's. Again, I can't talk too much about all that because YouTube loves to pull my videos down and say that I'm dispensing medical advice. So anyway, this is for education, information, and entertainment purposes only. All of this is alleged. All of this is my opinion. So, my opinion, the best French fries ever. I get these at Thrive Market. So, Thrive Market, love Thrive Market because they don't sell anything that has ingredients that are banned in other countries. One thing I found that I don't really care too much for is the fact I still will order from them and get things, and still they'll have seed oils, which I'm really trying to stay away from seed oils. So, but seed oils aren't banned in other countries. It just people don't use them. So I do be careful about that. But these are just amazing. I buy a lot of my meat products also from Thrive Market. My chicken, my especially like my party wings, my chicken wings. And one thing you have to know when you order frozen items from Thrive Market, you have to order at least $60 just in frozen items alone. So you cannot just go on to Thrive Market and just order the French fries. You have to order $60 worth of frozen items to make it worth their, expense of mailing them out frozen. But I buy so much from them that I always far exceed the $60. I've gotten ice creams from them. I've gotten, but yeah, I buy a lot of chicken. I buy hamburger also from them. Just lots of things. I bought some onion rings too that were amazing. Some tater tots, love those. And so I tell people this story sometimes. So, I was in jail for January 6th, 461 days, pardoned by our president. Truth will come out. I will be vindicated, just like our Proud Boys. Did you see that? Our Proud Boys were just vindicated. I've had the honor of being around many of the Proud Boys, especially Enrico Tarrio, who I find to be an exceptional young man, and I think an incredible leader. And I hope that someday he'll consider running for political office because he loves our country so much, and he really is like a solid leader, and people will learn that about him. But our Proud Boys, they dropped and vacated all of their charges, all of them. So God bless our Proud Boys. I do believe all of us J6ers will be vindicated, and the real traitors will be exposed, and they will be punished. So anyway, back to the food part of that. So, I'm in jail, and for 49 of that days, my 161 days, I was in medical isolation. So I couldn't order anything. I couldn't go out of my cell for a single second. I couldn't take a shower. couldn't get what I needed to clean my teeth. And I couldn't talk to anybody on the phone. So anyway, so when I finally got out the first time, we got tater tots, and I'd get these tater tots, and I'd always be like, oh, I just want ketchup. I just want ketchup for my tater tots, right? And one day, I got an outside package from my very good friend Sharon, and who actually was the one that found me when I was in jail. Nobody could seem to find me. She spent 4 days finding me, and it chokes me up a bit. So I was there 4 days. I refused to take the COVID test. I heard Dr. Kerry Mullis, who created the PCR test, got a Nobel Peace Prize for it, say that he didn't create the PCR test to diagnose anything, and he called Fauci out as fired. I knew a lot about COVID and that test. So I refused to take it, and they told me I would be in my cell for my whole 180-day max sentence for unlawful entry public, a Washington, D.C. misdemeanor charge for refusing to give up my right to peacefully protest, for refusing to walk down the stairs after I was told by several people that another female Air Force combat war veteran named Ashley Babbitt had been shot and killed by the Capitol Police. I'd made up my mind that was the hill I was willing to die on. Capitol Hill was the hill I was willing to die on. So when the Capitol Police tapped me on the shoulder and told me it was time to go, I told him no, he'd have to shoot me dead because I wasn't walking. And so anyway, so I just refused. So I was in medical isolation, got out, and oh my goodness, like I didn't know what they had at the outside, commissary. I didn't know what they had. Anyway, I opened up my outside, and that morning I got tater tots, and my friend Sharon had sent me ketchup, and that might seem like nothing to you. Nothing. What's the big deal? You go into your refrigerator, ketchup's always there, right? But that wasn't the way it was for us. And so anyway, so I was so excited. And I was like, oh my goodness, tater tots so good with the ketchup, right? So, but again, back to my friend. So Sharon, 4 days she spent finding me. It's the middle of the night. I have to accept that I'm in jail. Somebody that served my country for 21 years, that almost got blown up in Iraq twice. I'm in jail for acting like a patriot, for upholding my oath of enlistment to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and honestly believing with my whole heart that we have politicians inside of our capital that are domestic enemies to our republic, masquerading as our representatives. I was in a cell in these orange uniform. Somebody that proudly wore my Air Force uniform in the United States military for 21 years of my life. I'm in a jail cell wearing an orange uniform. I looked over, it was the middle of the night, and I saw a piece of paper or something on the floor. And I went and got it, not thinking much of it. And I opened it, and it was from Sharon. And she said, just a little token of my love. And she put some money in the books for me. But the money didn't mean nothing in comparison to that she found me. And that And that she put her phone number. She put her phone number on the letter. I didn't have anybody's phone number in my head, not even David. This man I've lived with all day, I didn't even have his number in my head. I didn't have anybody's number in my head. So even though they said I could make a phone call, I didn't know anybody's phone number. I didn't know anybody's phone number from heart, which is crazy because I knew my friend Donna. I knew her phone number from when I was in junior high, 888-883-8128. I knew that one. I knew my childhood phone number, but I'll be darned if I knew anybody's phone number to call. So, and then like a day or two later, my defenseless attorney sent me my good friend Judy's phone number, who her and her husband got everything out of mine out of the Airbnb. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't have anything in my costume. I would not exist. They took care of my Cumo bill the whole time I was in jail, and they got all my stuff, took it over to the Airbnb, but then, they took all my stuff over to the halfway house, and then I got taken back to jail because I, again, refused to take the COVID test because somebody was exposed to COVID, and I just couldn't play along with the stupid, crazy nonsense. I just couldn't do it. This is my opinion, information, education, only alleged nonsense from a crazy conspiracy theorist that has no clue what I'm talking about. So, anyway, but Chris and Judy, Chris brought all my stuff, and then they came and got all my stuff a week later when they took me back to jail, shackled me, took me back to jail, because somebody was exposed to COVID, which, a halfway house, people in and out, some people work and stuff like that, or just was like, no. And they just couldn't believe that I'd rather go back to jail than play along with that nonsense. When I first got there, I had to take a drug test. I had to take a drug test, and it came back, they said it was coming up positive for opioids. I was like, oh my God, these bastards are going to keep me in prison forever. They're going to make up BS. And then the lady goes, well, it's probably a false positive. Then why on earth would you even bother to give the test if you know that a lot of times it comes up false positive? That freaked me out. I realized that they could put anything they wanted into my medicine. They could put anything into my medicine. And, and I had to take my medicine, my thyroid medicine especially. And, but anyway, so, but when I saw that message, I read that message from my friend Sharon. I still have it. I'll treasure it always. But I just sat there at the corner of the bed and just cried and cried. But you have to silent cry in jail, okay? When you're in jail, in prison, you have to silent cry. Like, you can't let anybody know you're crying, okay? So I'm silent crying, and I literally make a puddle of my snot on the floor, just dripping snot. And, but mostly because I knew that I had people out there that loved me and supported me, and I wasn't alone, and so I love Sharon and all the people that have supported me. I'm grateful. So, all the mushy gushy. Congratulations, Proud Boys. Love you, love you, love you. So, like I said, my bun, my Hawaiian sweet rolls are still fabulous. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so you can be quiet about how I'm gonna get sick and die from my medium my medium rare hamburger bun. I mean my medium rare hamburger. Just use Lowry seasoning, salt, pepper. That's it tonight. onion, tomato, spinach, tomato cheese. My Hawaiian sweet roll, I'm telling you what, I'm going to make those again for sure. That's good. I'm telling you what. You could eat so many hamburgers in your life, but they don't always taste the same. This one's really delicious, yum yum. My God. Yeah. Oh, my fries cooked in beef tallow. I'm still just like, I can totally taste the sweet in my Hawaiian sweet rolls. Oh my God. I love these fries. These truly are the best fries. I have to try them sometime. They're amazing. They're amazing. Again, before I sign off, if you're still here. Okay. Hold up, I'm yummalicious, yum time, mother. It's amazing. Okay. So, for those of you that don't know, I go out in costume all over the country as Cute Paycheck. Went to a lot of rallies. So, I go to the South Carolina Pickens rally. Probably one of my most physically demanding rallies I went to, because it was hot as hell. We couldn't go in and out. Like, usually we had little vans so we could kind of go in and out, like to go to the bathroom and stuff, or get something, to eat or drink or whatever. We couldn't do that because I didn't get to sit down until the very, very, the end. Anyway, but we're there, right? And I knew about Lindsey Graham. I'm a military person. I knew about him and John McCain, No Name McCain. Even his own daughter said that he was executed, information, educational purposes only. Go watch The View. His own daughter said they can't kill him again. And the Ohio governor even said that he had been killed. They said he had been killed. So the governor of Ohio said is known as No Name McCain. He should have been in jail. He should have been in prison after the USS Forester and after so many troops were killed and injured because of him hot dogging. But because he had 2 admirals in his family, he got away with that nonsense. Everybody's going to learn a lot of truth about No Name McCain, his association with Ashton Kutcher and child sex trafficking. How his wife had Operation Smile out there in Syria, and that they used the gas from Operation Smile. Again, just crazy conspiracy theorists, just, my opinion, a stupid, crazy person here. They used that gas from Operation Smile in Syria to frame Assad. And it all comes down to these leaders that were refusing to bring in the Rothschild central banking system. So they would either kill them, like Gaddafi, who was, so loved by his people. Oh my goodness. Gaddafi was so loved by his people. He gave them exactly what the demon rats and socialists claim they want. They had free education under Gaddafi. Gaddafi made sure all his people had a home. Gaddafi gave each family $5,000 if they brought a child home. So if they had a child, he gave them $5,000. They all had free health care. And if there was health care they needed that could not be provided in Libya, Gaddafi would pay for them to go wherever they needed to go to get the treatment, and he'd pay for whatever expenses they had involved with that treatment. Gaddafi is a hero. Some say he's still alive too. I hope so. I hope he's still alive. So Gaddafi also did something, and I always share this story because it was very important to Michael Brian Protzman, aka Negative 48, who always made sure we were aware of all the amazing things that Gaddafi did for his people in Libya and Africa. So Gaddafi took $70 billion and 40 years, and he built a tunnel to bring water to Africa so they could grow their own food. And our corrupt, evil, demonic CIA took that tunnel out in 2 minutes. And then you have Hillary Clinton. Hillary, dead, get more fertilizer, dead. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. You see a body double, no, she's dead. Just a crazy conspiracy theorist talking nonsense, education and information only. They'll probably take it down because of that. I don't care. I'm going to keep telling the truth. That's all there is to it. Yes, Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton were executed by our military on December 18th, 2018. December 31st, 2018. Yes, I know. They'll take it down. They'll say, but the community doesn't agree with you, Mister. YouTube doesn't agree with you. The community doesn't think that's right. So we'll have to take it down. Because we don't want to fight. We don't want to fight. We don't want to have any disagreement. We don't have disagreement. We got to take it down, Mickey. Take it down, YouTube. You take it down all you want. You won't silence me. You might silence me here, but you will not silence me. And there will be a day when you'll have to pay the piper for keeping us silent and for keeping the American people and the world from knowing the truth because of your own personal decisions to remove our voices and to remove our truth from this platform. So you can do that. God is watching. God is watching, and He wants the world to know the truth. And He's put us here to speak it, to seek it and speak it. And you silencing us, you're going to have to answer to God for that. So you can take me down. You can kick me off this platform all you want. TikTok can kick me out. Hackers can take my account on X. It doesn't matter. I'm doing God's work here, whether you like it or not. And, Lindsey Graham. So we're at this Pickens, South Carolina rally, right? And I knew how him and John McCain had sold weapons to ISIS over there. And I knew a lot of stuff. So anyway, we all turn our backs to Lindsey Graham. We are all calling him a traitor. We're calling him a traitor, and we're all turn our backs to Lindsey Graham. Well, do you know when Lindsey Graham died? He died on the 17th day. Oh, so sad. I'm not crying. The because I'm a military person. And shame on you, Lindsey Graham. And shame on you, every single person in our government, for the evil you inflicted, not only on us, but the world. Shame on you, warmongers. So, yeah, okay, so how did I get 17? Okay, so it was 7, 11, 26, right? So you take 7 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 6, and you get 17. Lindsey Graham was 71 years old, and the mirror of 71 is 17, and the acronym for Nothing Can Stop What Is Coming is NCSWIC. And that comes to 71. Nothing can stop what is coming. Hearing, again, I don't know. But what I am hearing is what I'm hearing. Okay? It's what I'm hearing from my research, my circles. This is what's coming down. Lindsey Graham flew on Air Force One with President Trump. Flew with him there. They stopped in Turkey. And apparently Lindsey Graham wasn't flying back with President Trump. And from what I'm hearing, they were going to shoot the bridge, Air Force One. So Air Force One, so everybody knows, just means that's the plane the president's on. So whatever plane the president on is either Marine One or Air Force One. Okay, so but they found out. They found out that the deep state was planning to take out President Trump. Well, how interesting is that then? That Lindsey Graham chose not to fly on Air Force One? He chose not to fly with the president? Interesting, right? And he was in Turkey the day before. He was there. And so they found out that there was a planned attack on Air Force One, another assassination attempt. And so at the last possible minute, they made the decision to go back in Air Force One. So, and not, old Air Force One, I should say, not Bridge Air Force One, old Air Force One. But it wasn't precautionary. They actually were going to try to kill President Trump again. So, Lindsey Graham was a traitor. I'm not crying over here. Am I doing what the left did and out there celebrating his death? No. But I did take an oath to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And Lindsey Graham was a domestic enemy to our republic. And the Constitution says, if you are a domestic enemy, if you are a traitor to our republic, the only proper punishment is death. And I agree. So if they want to say that he died suddenly, he did die suddenly, but apparently from what I'm hearing, information, education only, yes, I know, X is true. YouTube will take it down. I just don't care. I don't care. I'm just going to tell the truth. So anyway, from what I am hearing also is, so most people don't realize this, but Putin 1.0 was taken out a long time ago. You're looking at a white hat. President Trump is commander-in-chief of the Global Alliance, which includes Russia. President Trump told Putin to get rid of bioweapon labs and to end the human trafficking that was happening over in Ukraine. So our corrupt, evil, demonic CIA had been controlling Ukraine, and they had bioweapon labs that were meant to kill us over there. So that's why Putin went into Ukraine. But apparently, traitor, lady man, pedophile, sicko, Lindsey Graham was over in Ukraine, apparently. And he was at a drone factory. And apparently, from what I'm hearing, Putin 2.0, a true hero for humanity. I'll wait till you find out who he is. Oh, maybe a Romanov. Maybe related to Melania, another Romanov. Yeah, Melania's a Romanov. And I think Putin 2.0 is too. I think they're related. Anyway, that I don't know for sure, but I do know Melania is a Romanov. So, anyway, but apparently Putin took out 2 drone factories. No confirmation if Lindsey Graham was in one of them. But if he had anything to do with trying to kill our president and making himself all nice and comfy, safe, not in Air Force One, it's suspicious to me. It's suspicious as hell. So, let's see how long, or if this is allowed to stay on YouTube, or if you ever see my makeup-free face again. Just proof I just don't care. I just don't. I'm just all here, no makeup. I'm just like, whatever. I just don't care. I'm just here to seek and share the truth. And if people watch it or not, it's of my very good friend, Daniel Ray Clark said, Mickey, you need to share your journey, your health journey. I eat 1 meal a day. I make all my own bread products. If I want bread, I have to make it myself because the ingredients on the bread is very alarming to me. So I do my best to make sure I know exactly what is in my food. And so that's kind of my journey. And so I just kind of let you know the things that I think are helping me. I do a 3-day fast once a month. I do that. And yeah, so I lost 28 pounds. I don't know where I'm at right now because I need to get a new scale. This one's acting crazy. It's like starting at 2 pounds or something. Anyway, I just need to get a new scale. Anyway, but just so you know, if you never see me again on here, the world will find out everything I've ever said is the truth. And just because YouTube, TikTok, Facebook don't want you to hear it, doesn't mean it's not true. Everybody's going to learn. And I'll be here when it happens. And I'm going to help humanity because that's what God wants me to do. So, again, this is Mickey Lynn Larson-Olson, a.k.a. Cube Patriot, January 6th, inmate 376303, where we go one, we go all. The best is yet to come. Y'all have a great night. God bless. It's Yummalicious Yum Yum time. Bye.